For those of you that didn't see my story, I'm doing a 7-day winter survival in northern Ontario with no food, no water, no shelter, just some limited bushcraft items like knives, saws, stuff like that. I'll show you everything laid out once I find a good place to camp. And another important thing while survival camping in the winter is fire. So along the way I'm gonna collect anything that might help me make a fire later on. And this is one example. This is birch bark. It's very soft, it dries fast, so even if it rains, it just rained not long ago and they're already dry. And these can be used to make fire. They're very flammable, so I'm just gonna collect a bit and keep them in my pocket, so that later on when I'm making a fire I already have something to start it. And because I don't have any way of navigation, like compass, map, anything, so every tree, not every tree, but every couple of trees I pass, I mark them like this with my knife. So I scrape the bark off, and that way when I need to leave I can find my way out by looking at the tree. I also mark the back side of the tree in case I'm coming from the opposite direction, so I can also see it. And this also can help me find my snares. So trees that I attach a snare to, I usually mark with an X, and then the next day when I'm looking for my snares to see if they caught rabbits, I can easily find them. So the knife won't really scrape the bark off, it's not that good, but I'll keep hitting like this and you can peel the bark off. Also, some trees that aren't very big, you can get away with scraping, so your bushcraft knife can make a marking in them. You only stab at it when it's a big tree with thick bark. So for a birch tree it's easy to peel off. If you can see, my sled like you can see where I put my sled in the snow, but the reason I don't depend on this is if it rains or if it snows, these tracks will be covered. That's why you always mark trees every couple of meters. So I can't zoom in, but there's another tree right here that I've marked, and I'm looking for tracks of hares for trapping later. And you should try as much as possible not to disrupt these with your footsteps, because then they'll stop taking this trail. Now I saw quite a bit over there, that's why I'm not so worried about this one. I'm just gonna cross over it with my sled, because I'm trying to get over there. I think I found a flat spot there. Another problem with the winter survival is because everything is covered in snow, you never know where there's a hill and where it's straight, unless it's like very exaggerated. So you can see over here the floor drops, so here you can tell it's a hill. But for example, where I'm standing now, I'm not sure that if I remove the snow and dig deep, that the floor is going to be flat. And if it's not flat, then I can't sleep on it. You never want to sleep on a hill. And I'm a bit confident that there's a straight part over there, so I'm gonna cross into the other side and hopefully start collecting firewood to make a fire. For those wondering why I'm not wearing a hat and gloves, it's because I felt like I was beginning to sweat. So all the clothes I'm wearing are like active. So if I'm moving, they're gonna keep me warm. They trap my body heat inside. and I don't want to sweat, because if I sweat then the chance of me getting hypothermia is higher. That's why when I feel like it's getting too hot, I usually unzip my jacket, take off my gloves. If it gets even hotter, then I'll maybe take off my jacket completely, but for now I'm good. I promised I'll show you everything I had with me. So on this dry bag, this has my camera batteries, the GoPro batteries. It's an insulated bag so that they can last me through the week. I have a power bank to charge them in case. Wallet, passport, because I don't want to leave them in the car. Have my Bible. Cables to charge phone, GoPro batteries, GoPro accessories. I have a chest strap, selfie stick. Yeah, that's everything. There's a headband inside too. Okay, that's one. Just gonna put them back really quick. Now in my backpack I have a pot inside. So the gloves I'm wearing now aren't very thick, they're not the best. So I have small gloves and I wear mitts over them. I just take off the mitts and keep these on when I need to use the camera. And these I'll just wear when it's a bit colder. It's only like -5, -6 now, so I'm good like this. I have this thing for my neck because I wear two when it's cold. Another sock because I'm gonna wear two when it gets colder. I have the shovel, which you guys already saw. This is a hand saw. It's a Boreal 2021. I'm not sponsored, I promise you, but it's one of the best saws. I highly recommend it. This is how you assemble it. I have another dry bag here. This one has backup sweatpants and backup hoodie in case I fall into a lake, a river, anything. And I'm not gonna use them, I'm not gonna wear them unless I really need to. So, yep. And now for the bushcraft gear. I have my rackets, I'm wearing them now. I also got a tarp, it's in the sled. I'm gonna try not to use it. It's raining but not heavily, so I should be fine for now. Okay, now for the bag. I already showed you this. It's an emergency kit with a compass, fire starters, duct tape, fish hooks. This also for emergency, I won't use it. This as well, emergency blanket, also won't use it. I have fire starters. I'm most likely gonna use them, I'm not gonna say I won't. I'm still not the best at making fire without like a lighter or whatever. I don't have a lighter, so that's why I brought these. Matches. I have a flint and steel, so I'm not gonna use the matches too. Snares. I cut the snare wire to the length I want. I just bundled them together, but I haven't made the snares yet. After I build the fire, I'm gonna take some time, make maybe 10 snares, set them up. And I also have some first aid items. So I have some sutures in case I get a deep cut, who knows. Some gauze wrap in case I need to wrap the gauze on my hand. I also have an antibacterial cream in case I get a deep cut, and I could just put it so it doesn't get infected. And some saline water in case I need to wash a cut or something. Hopefully I don't need them, but that's everything I have with me. This spot might be good for shelter, so I just took out my shovel. I'm gonna dig the space I need, and I hope that the ground is straight, because if it's not, then I'm just gonna have to go to another place and try again. Looks like it's a bit straight here, but then it starts leaning down over there. But I don't think that's going to be a problem. This is more than enough space, and I could just build my fire around here. But it's good because it's one of the only places I was able to find that could have a bit of empty space with no trees, because I don't want to build my fire close to trees, even though they're alive and they're not gonna burn. Still prefer to do it in an open space. So yeah, I'm just gonna dig now, and I'll keep you guys updated. I just finished clearing the snow here. Took me a good hour and a half. What I did with the snow is I tried to keep it a bit high on the sides. So all the snow I took from here, I put it on the sides and I packed it. So now I get not walls, but like a bit of height on the sides, and it's not gonna get very warm, so this shouldn't melt. It should stay here. And I also scraped the leaves off the floor to reach soil. And these I'm not gonna throw, so I'm gonna keep them. And I'm gonna make the base of my bed with these. Originally I wanted to make a bed that was raised. I'm not gonna have time to do this today. Maybe I'll do it in the next few days. But for tonight, I'm just gonna put these in the shape of my body, throw a bit of leaves on top, and call it a night. So I'm basically going to spread them out like this and just sleep on them. It's not fun so far. Cut my finger, couldn't make fire. I'm starting to get hungry. I haven't eaten in a good 6-7 hours. I know it's not a lot, but when you're cutting wood and dragging wood and doing physical work, you get hungry fast. Gonna have to push through, and hopefully I can get the shelter done before sunset and have a bit of extra time to work on the snares and set them. If not, then the first thing I'm going to do tomorrow morning is set the snares, because I can't stay more than 48 hours without food. I've been working on the shelter for the past 5 hours. Haven't eaten anything, haven't drank anything, because I don't have a fire. But sunsets in about 2 hours, so I doubt I'm gonna have time to do snares or anything. I think I should just focus on my shelter for now, and then focus on eating and drinking tomorrow. I know you're not supposed to eat snow. It makes you colder, but I had a few handfuls, a couple actually, because I'm very thirsty. This is what I've done so far with the shelter. So I cut down a few trees, put these. This is secured just by counter pressure. I don't have any cordage, nothing. and I've been getting leaves to put on top to make it waterproof. It's not gonna be fully, it's still gonna leak a bit, but better than nothing. And I'm not gonna use the tarp. I'm only using the tarp to cover my stuff because I don't want to use it unless I really have to. You can tell there's still a few spots that are a bit open, but after tonight, I think it's raining, I'm not sure, but if it rains, then for tomorrow I'll know which spots are leaking. Yeah, and don't worry guys, I'm not taking all these from the same tree, so I don't kill the tree. I take a few leaves from every tree so that the tree doesn't die. For example, took a few from this one, but you see I left most on top and at the bottom, so it will live. I just want to show you how much I have to walk every time I get a few leaves, and you can already tell I'm exhausted. It's if I'm well fed, the distance isn't much, but being drained of energy and having to do this just to get a few leaves is like exhausting. So, and it gets further every time. I leave my saw here so I can continue and then maybe go up there. Also, these leaves smell amazing. So tomorrow morning, if it's not raining and I can make a fire, and I really want to boil some with water, and I think that would be a good tea. This is damp. This is the firewood I got this morning, but there's ice on all of them, so I don't know if I'll be able to use them without shaving the ice off. See how little discovered? I think I need 6 or 7 more trips just to cover this top bit. But this is the most important thing to do, so I'm gonna do it properly. Yeah, looks nice, right? I think for tomorrow, after I set up the snares tomorrow, a good fire, drink, whatever, I'm thinking of closing the sides here and the front, so this is the only entrance, and then it will be way less colder because the wind still gets inside. There's freezing rain. It's been raining heavily for the past maybe hour. In the meantime, I've been pressing the wood and separating them by size. So first I would burn the bark, the birch bark. I'd burn these tiny sticks. Then I'd start fueling it with these. And finally I would move on to the big logs. Then 30 minutes of trying. I couldn't do it with the flint and steel, and the rain started picking up, so it's gonna be even harder now. So I decided to use the matches. I know I said I'm not gonna use them, but I need fire, I'm getting cold. So you see, even with the matches, the rain's turning it off right away. So these sticks are all wet. I don't even know if it's gonna work, but I have to try. You can hear it sizzling because of the water. I'm hoping that these will dry in time for them to catch fire. It fire didn't work. It started raining even more heavily, so the rain turned it off. I have another idea, but it's useless to do it now because there's still freezing rain, so as soon as I do it, the pieces of wood are just gonna be covered in ice again. But when it stops raining, I'm just gonna scrape the ice off with a knife and try to remove the bark off the wood and put them on the fire, and on the inside they will be drier, so hopefully that helps. But when it started raining I was a bit demotivated. I was just pissed. I was pulling my knife out without even thinking of where my hand is, and while pulling it out I cut my finger on this hand. It's the knife is very sharp, so it was a very deep cut. There's like blood everywhere, leading to my bag. I put the tarp over my stuff because I don't want them to be icy. My finger is still bleeding, so I can't really stitch it up because I can't see what I'm doing. But when it stops bleeding I need to see if it needs stitches or not. From what I saw I think it needs two, but I'll wait till it stops bleeding, and hopefully the blood coagulates enough so that I don't really need to stitch it up. I was able to burn small sticks, so it's definitely, it's doable, but with my knife I can only do it with small sticks, so it won't be sustainable because it took me a lot of time to remove the bark of all these sticks. I'm gonna need to try to get to the center. I tried splitting the wood by putting my knife on top and hitting it with another piece of wood. Didn't work. If I had an axe it would be way easier, but I don't, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to get the big pieces, the big logs to catch fire. I'm gonna try. If not, then I guess the trip is over. I'll try again soon. Just like I imagined, I have coals from the from the small sticks, but the big ones, even these, they're not that big. They've been on the fire for like 5-10 minutes and they're not even catching fire. They're just charring and drying, so now they become easier to catch fire. But if these sticks took that long, I can't imagine how long a stick like this would take. And that wouldn't even burn for 20-30 minutes. To burn logs like that, debarking it with a knife would take forever. And plus, even if I debark, it's still gonna be a bit wet, so it's gonna take a long time to burn. The best thing to do in this case would be to split it down the middle, because if you split down the middle, then the middle part would be very dry. So you would just put the dry part on the fire, it will catch fire and eventually dry out the wet part. But I tried doing it on this dog, but my knife didn't work. I stopped moving, so it's getting colder. It was raining while I was working, so my hoodie's wet. I took it off, put it inside the shelter. I don't have a fire to dry it, but I'd rather not wear it wet. My jacket's back on, the bigger one, because my other jacket is also wet, and I just hung it out in the rain. I don't really care. Yeah, I have two jackets, one smaller one and one ski jacket. I'm wearing the ski jacket now. The shelter's done. It's not leaking inside. I put some leaves to sleep on. It's not gonna be a comfortable night. Ideally, I need a raised bed, so tomorrow I'm gonna work on getting food, a fire, and getting a bed that's raised. For now, I think sunset is in about like an hour and a half. So I'm just gonna work on the snares. I'm not gonna hang them today because they take a bit of time. But I'm just gonna tie them, and tomorrow I can go hang them on the trees. Okay, so making a snare is pretty basic. Just did the first one. So I cut these wires to size, and what you're gonna do first is make this small loop here. Show you how to make it, and then you feed the other side through the loop until the circle is as big as your palm, which is the size of a hare's head. And then you find where the tracks are. You want to find a nice place between two trees. You tie this, and you try to put trees on either side to force the rabbit to go through. And then when the rabbit goes through, this pulls and strangles the rabbit. want to show you guys how fast one day's work can be destroyed. Just gotta move my stuff. By the way, this is like soaked. It's like useless. I'm wearing just the jacket and a shirt under it. I'm freezing. Oh. Okay guys, ready? Oh, the jacket. I say 2 kicks. That's one kick. The second one. The forest will eat this up. It will rot in a few weeks, and it will be like I was never here. Everything that's not degradable I'm taking with me. The things I did yesterday, I'm gonna throw them. The gauze I used, just gonna clean up after myself. These wood, everything I got from the forest will rot eventually. But yeah. So a month and a half later, I went back to Temiskaming to attempt the winter survival. But this time I went after the biggest snowstorm Ontario has gotten in a few years. So the snow was very high, around like 4 feet, 5 feet, and the temperature was way colder. So in the morning it was around negative 20, negative 23 Celsius, and then at night it got to minus 30 Celsius, and that's without the windshield, so it's even colder, like it feels colder. But this time I was well prepared, so I was confident that I can do it successfully. I've been hiking for an hour, but it's taking me so long to make progress. I don't know if it's the type of snow or my snowshoes aren't good, but every step I sink to my knees, and then I end up kicking left and right to clear like a path. So this is where the path is. I can step, but as soon as I step here, to my knee, and just imagine how long it took just to hike. Not even long, probably like maybe 200 meters away, but it took me more than 30 minutes to get there. So, and it took me 30 minutes to get to this place from the car. Someone cleared the snow here, and there are some tire tracks. If I'm not mistaken, there's a camp, like maybe a 2-hour hike up there. They usually come pick up people in the car. So I'm only like gonna go 30 minutes inside there. That's where my camp is gonna be. Also, because I'm new to this, I don't want to go too far away in case I need to leave, so that my car is always close. That's one thing to keep in mind. I know people like this stuff, and on YouTube it looks easy, especially when you watch people like Outdoor Boys and those guys. They're just too experienced, so they make it look easy. But for anyone getting into survival camping, always have the choice to leave. Have your car nearby, or someone to pick you up within like an hour or maybe 2 hours, just in case there's an emergency, so you can leave right away. Finally finished shoveling. It's been a bit over an hour. I took off my hat and my jacket because I felt like I was overheating and I don't want to sweat. So with the hoodie and the base layer, it's perfect. I'm not sweating, but I'm not cold. The only thing that's cold now are my feet. My feet are freezing. My shoes aren't the best for winter survival, but they're the only ones I have, so they're gonna have to do. Unfortunately, the floor isn't even. There's like a a big hump here in the middle, so it's lower on both sides, but takes too much time and energy to shovel. So I think I'm just gonna put a few logs here and a few logs here, and just put spruce boughs on them, and then that should make it straight enough to sleep on it. I'm thinking my entrance should be here because it's higher, and originally I was planning on making the fire here, but if I'm gonna make the entrance here, then it makes more sense to have the fire somewhere here. It's just the shoveling is taking too much time. This is how much snow there is. It's like maybe 3 feet, 3-4 feet. So for now I'm just gonna start collecting firewood because I only have like 5 hours of sunlight left. Then make a fire, warm up my feet a bit, and if I have time tonight I might shovel a bit here so that my fire could take place here. I don't have a lot of sunlight left. It's already 3:30, so I only have 2 hours left. So I'm trying to rush through the shelter. That's why I wasn't filming it. But I cut down 3 spruce trees. Now, because I don't have anything for insulation, like a hide or the insulated mats, I have to put a lot of spruce logs on the floor. I need a thickness of at least 6 inches. That's why it took me so much time to get. But the shelter shouldn't take too long to build, because from the trees I cut down, the logs I can use to build the shelter, so nothing is going to waste. Also, when I cut down trees, I usually cut down smaller trees that are growing next to big trees, because usually these trees will die because they're not going to get a lot of sunlight and they're competing against like a giant, so it's okay to cut them down. And yeah, I've also been keeping an eye out for firewood. I'm so warm because I've been working non-stop since 10 a.m. So lying down now is so comfortable. I wish it would be like that at night, but it's gonna get even colder. It's minus 25 now, and at night it's gonna be minus 21 without the wind, so it's gonna probably feel like minus 30. But if I have a good fire, then it should be doable. So I got a bit of firewood. It's not a lot. Hopefully it lasts for the night. So there's these. These I'll cut throughout the night. When I get cold, I'll just cut a few logs and feed the fire. These are my kindling. So I put a base of logs, and I put like a layer of kindling, bit of birch bark. I still have more in my pocket. I'm not gonna use the flint and steel because I'm freezing. Just wanna do it quickly, but I'm gonna put some fire starters and then light up the fire starter with a match, add some more birch bark, more kindling, and then fuel the fire. Don't know how much you guys can see. It feels so good to finally be warm. So I'm gonna keep adding some kindling. And then I'll add a few bigger pieces. Just gonna add these for now, because I collected a lot and I want to just keep them here. Fire's good. Very warm now actually. I have snares with me, and I bought food just in case. Definitely not enough for 3 days. I have 3 pieces of steak, 3 small pieces, 3 potatoes and 3 onions. So originally I wanted to catch snowshoe hares and eat them, but unfortunately I couldn't find any tracks, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to catch any. Now I'm just gonna drink and eat. I melted a bit of water. It's not clean, but I really don't care. I'm very thirsty. I'll show you guys when I start cooking my food. My food is still frozen. I'm making some spruce tea. It's just water with spruce boughs, and makes it taste good. And yeah, I'll show you guys when it's done. I'm burning through well, not really burning, I still have half the kindling. Big logs, I haven't used any. So far it's good, but I have no idea if it's gonna last throughout the night. It's still 7 and sunrise is at 8, but I don't mind getting up at like 6 or 7 because it's gonna be very, very cold in the morning. But if this can burn till 6 a.m. then I'm golden. We'll see. If not, then I guess I'm gonna have to wake up, do push-ups every 10-15 minutes. We'll see. If you guys haven't tried grilled onions, please do. Grilled onions, or like onions on a campfire, maybe the best thing ever. One of my favorite foods by far. Also, sorry I didn't show you guys around today. I got here at 10 and it took so long to find camp and shovel the snow, and then it took so long also to find trees because I had to walk through the snow and it's very deep, so I didn't have time to film a lot because I wanted to get the shelter done and the fire before it was too late. But tomorrow I just need to collect firewood, maybe fix the shelter a bit so I can show you guys around. It's 10 p.m. It started getting colder. It dropped down to -20. Feels like, I think, -25, 26. So it's the same as it was this morning when I started. I don't know if the wood's gonna last me. I ended up going and picking up a few more. These I cut and I left them there because they were a bit rotten, and ideally you wouldn't want to use them, but I need wood to push through the night, so I'm just gonna use them because finding standing deadwood, good deadwood is super hard at night. Like here, if I turn my lights, look, it's pitch black. Even next to the campfire, you literally can't see anything. So there's no way I can find wood now. Even with the light around me is well lit, but I really can't see far. So I'm just gonna have to push through with these, and tomorrow morning I'm gonna collect so much wood so that I don't run out. I'm also gonna build a reflector wall here and another over there, like an L, because it's very warm next to the fire, but when you go in the shelter it is warm but not enough. Like it's okay, it's not bad, but if I build a reflector wall here and there, then all the heat, instead of losing heat to this side, it's gonna push it back to the shelter, so it will be even warmer. That's my plan for tomorrow. Guess what? I just dropped my phone in the fucking fire by mistake, and I didn't notice until a few minutes later. It's toast. it's completely gone. Fuck! I'm 7 hours away from home. Have no idea how to get home. Fuck. The last thing I thought would happen was burning my fucking phone. Oh my god. I don't know what time it is, but I keep waking up. It's really cold. I decided to change my sleeping position. I'm not in the shelter anymore because my hands and feet were very cold. So I moved, and I'm like lying now next to the fire. It helps a lot. Unfortunately, I'm nearly out of wood. I only have like two small logs left and a bit of kindling. And because my phone is burned now, I don't think I'm gonna stay till Friday. My mom gets worried a lot, and she wants constant updates. So I was texting her every 5-6 hours and telling her like what I was doing, and just telling her that I'm okay. And now that my phone is off, I'm sure she tried to text me and saw that I have no service. So I can guarantee you she's already worried. So tomorrow morning I'm gonna drive and try to find someone that would lend me a phone to call her. Just let her know that my phone burned, that's why I'm not answering. And gonna have to go buy a new phone. To be honest, the night isn't so bad. I slept for I think 3 hours without waking up, and then I woke up when the fire was nearly dead, and then I added kindling again and lit it back up. So I know I can do 3 days. To be honest, it's just the first day that's the hardest, because you to build the shelter, get the wood and everything. But after the first day it gets easier, because all I have to do is just get wood, and the whole day would be just getting wood. And then if you feel like it, you can improve the shelter. But yeah, the only hard part about going more than 1 day is your energy levels. Your energy gets depleted fast. So yeah, it's disappointing, because I did it in end of December, after Christmas. I was planning on doing 7 days. I was too optimistic. Not too optimistic, I was delusional, to be honest. I was not prepared for it. And I couldn't even spend the night because I couldn't make fire. There was freezing rain all day and stuff like that. Good morning. I just woke up. The sleep wasn't comfortable, but to be honest, it wasn't that bad. I was sleeping close to the fire, so it wasn't super cold, but the fire was very weak. I ran out of logs, but I kept my feet super close to it, because to be honest, the only thing that's cold is my feet. For my pants, my jackets, and those, they're good, so they keep me warm in these conditions. My hands, I put them between my legs, and I squeeze them with my legs, so that kept my hands warm. But my feet, my boots aren't good for this condition. So I decided to keep them close to the fire. I kept waking up every couple of hours. Like, I feel like the longest sleep I got continuously was maybe 2 hours, and I just had to keep tending to the fire. Sunrise is at 8 a.m. That's from when I checked yesterday, but the sun didn't rise yet. But there's light in the sky. It's not pitch black anymore, so I'm guessing it's around maybe 6 a.m. So yeah, gonna start packing and take my stuff to the car. Hopefully the next one will be better. And the filming wasn't that good because I was planning on filming more the second and third day. Because the first day I was just rushing to get the shelter done and collect firewood, but I guess that didn't work either. So the video is not going to be the best, but that's the first video on my channel, and I'm still not good at filming. I'm still not good at editing, any of those stuff. So yeah, just bear with me, and hopefully I'll get better with time. I mean, this time I was prepared, I was feeling good, I was doing well. The hard part was over, which is making the tracks and finding camp, shoveling, building shelter, everything. I still made it through the night, but unfortunately I was talking to my mom, and then I kept my phone in my jacket pocket, and I didn't close the zipper, and when I was leaning to add firewood to the fire, it fell in the fire. It was, to be honest, everything was going perfect. This time, because it was after the storm and I didn't see any animal tracks, I decided to take a bit of food with me. So I had like a couple of onions, a couple of potatoes, and around like three small pieces of steak. So I was gonna ration this for 4 days. And yeah, everything was going well. The other like the second, third, and fourth day, all I needed to do was technically just collect firewood, maybe work on the shelter a bit, make it better. But without the phone, it's dangerous in case something happens. There's no one I can call. Plus, my mom gets really worried if I don't send her updates, so I had to end it early.